Hello, hello. Morning, Yoshi. Getting prepared. Hi, LS. What am I doing? What am I doing? Um, Hang on a second. Oh, a donut latte. That sounds so good. Oh, there we go. Okay. Took a second to get rolling. All right. How are y'all doing? It's hard for me to do two things at once. Don't mind me. Haven't had my coffee yet, so I'm a little bit dead inside and out. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Hi, Omvi. Good to see you, baby. Hang on though. We got that set up. There's always like, for those of you that stream, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But there's like this long checklist just to get started streaming. All right. I think that's everything. Let's eat that and I do need fuel. I had a matcha this morning, but it just didn't quite give me the kick that I needed. So coffee is coming. Nexie's making some coffee this morning. All right. I've got some really fun announcements today. I'm gonna give folks a chance to come in, settle, get through the ads, all that good stuff. But yeah, so I'll wait on that. But I'm gonna be working on oh, on the abstract stuff this morning. I think we'll finish. I think I'm pretty much done. I There's a few things I want to do on this one, but I'm gonna move on to this one today, and I think we'll be able to finish. So I'm really excited about that. Yeah, egg yolk like went on a transformation. There's still like I might clean some of this up here. You can see there's like some orange flecks, and then like I want to clean up some of the lines where it goes from like the thicker black. I'm just gonna refine that, I think. But for the most part, I think it's pretty close. And then of course these two. This one's my favorite, I think. There's just something goofy about it. Um, yeah. This one is like actively here's the thing. This is what I love about art. This one is actively making me uncomfortable in like a I don't know, it gives me like a physical reaction. And so I'm even more excited to work on it because I think that that's an indication that I need to play with it. I need to experiment. So yeah, I'm excited, but I'm also like, ugh, it pains me for some reason. So we'll see how it goes. But I'm gonna do some refinements on the egg yolk one for a bit. before I move on to this one. It is very threatening. You know what, Ambi? I feel like maybe it has to do with the fact that like it's so angular and sharp. And I mean, it's probably like a subconscious thing where my brain is like, "Ooh, that feels some kind of way." Yeah. But how are all of you doing this morning? What do you guys got planned? What are you creating? What are you working on? What are you going through? Also, Ambi, did you get any more painting done yesterday after our session? Not to put you on the spot, but also to put you on the spot. At that point, I've been working on it for closer to 2 hours. I love that. That's awesome. I still think it's great that we got as much done as we did, and I also think the time problem solving it was really valuable. So it's really awesome, though. Hoping to jump in today. Feeling motivated? I love it. Uh oh, Yoshi, butting heads on my boss about my work schedule. Are they making you work more, or is it just like not fitting your routine? Oh, I just realized you guys can't really like. Let me bring this a little lower. Hang on. Coffee. Here, you can put it here. Yeah. Mmm, that's good. Yeah, that's tasty. Look how beautiful this coffee is. It's in my little kitty cup, too. Hi, Rip. Hi, Dwimmerd. So I'll probably be talking about it a bunch throughout stream, but if you guys want to enter the giveaway, it is a subscriber only giveaway, but all you have to do is enter exclamation point demon in chat to join. Like I said, it is a subscriber only giveaway, but you guys are more than welcome to subscribe. You get benefits for the channel as well as being entered into the giveaway. Cat mug, kitty mug. This one was I can't actually show it because it's so full. I guess you can like kind of. Oh, you can kind of see kitties. Yeah, I can't tip it obviously because the coffee's in it. But I got this for Christmas from one of my friends. She actually gave us a matching pair, one for me, one for Nexie. So we have two, and they're very cute. I have tons of cat mugs. Like it's kind of funny how many cat mugs I have. And as usual, if you guys have anything you want to discuss today about your art journeys, if you have any struggles or challenges that you're going through, I'm happy to talk about them while we're live today. I will be working on the abstract stuff for most of today. I want to finish up this series. And then I don't yet know what we're going to start next. So maybe we'll deliberate on that later on. But yeah, if you want to join that giveaway, so the figurine This is the figurine I'll be giving away, but she will be unpainted, so you guys can paint her however you like. I have her here, but she's obviously in pieces because you probably would want to paint her before you put her together. So I have the pieces of her. She looks kind of creepy without without any of the paint on. Yeah, so um but this is the version that we're giving away. I'd love to give away this one, but this is my only copy at the moment. In the future, I'll likely do more giveaways of the painted version. Or if I can get my hands on another painted version, then I'll probably do another one of those. But for now, it's the unpainted one for all you miniature painters out there who want to, take a stab at painting her. Or if you've never painted figures before and you just want to try, I think the it should be really cool to have. And I'd love to see it. Oh my god, I would like die to see someone else paint her. I have an art problem. I got this art mentor. She makes me do things and challenge myself. Oh no, Ambi. Who could this terrible mentor be? She sounds awful. You should fire her. What is the best paint for figurines? To be honest, Dwim, I'm not 100% certain because this one was painted by the company that designed her for me, but we do have some um, 3D painters in chat that might be able to help you with that. Some mini painters. It seems like the just from what I've talked about with you guys in chat, it seems like acrylic gouache is really good for it. Hi Yosef, how you doing? Do you take best friend souls for figure entry? I have one I'm willing to use. Oh my god. If you guys are joining the giveaway, keep in mind it is a subscriber only giveaway. Any tier is fine. So if you want the tier 1, you can enter with that. That being said, tier 2 and tier 3, tier 2 has a 3 times chance of winning and tier 3 has a 5 times chance of winning. You also get some goodies on the Twitch channel. You get emotes. You get access to channels in the Discord that are subscriber only. So places where you can promo your work, stuff like that. Hi, Zaid. How are you? Morning, morning. Good to see you. What's everybody working on today? Also, if you guys would like the fully painted version of Dayanora, she is available now. We've got a limited edition run and we've got the pre-order for her going. So I recommend if you guys want to get in on that, um, you do so as soon as possible. We will definitely sell out. I have no idea how quickly those are going to go. The giveaway is also going to be running probably for a couple weeks. I think I want to run it as long as the pre-order. So I'll probably pick the winner and then announce either in Discord or here in the chat. I haven't decided yet. Might be better to do it in the Discord just because some folks might not be present when we pick the winner, but I do want all the subscribers to have an opportunity. So either way, we'll track you down if you're in part of the giveaway. Make sure you get it. Glad I made it. These look amazing. Oh, thank you. Love the movement on this piece. Feels kind of underwater now. Ooh, that's fun. It definitely evolved from just pure egg yolk. I'm doing pretty good this morning. Little sleepy as usual, but pretty good. I will also be, once I finish these, I'm also going to be giving these pieces away as well, which is going to be fun. Point of view, you're in a lava lamp. Yeah, I felt like I was a lot closer on this one, but I'm feeling like I want to make a lot of little adjustments. So I might spend quite a bit more time on this one today and then move on to this one and get as much done as I can on it. But best case, I'm definitely going to be done with these before the end of the week. Feeling you on the tired, woke up before my alarm, been up since 4:30. Oh no. I did it was funny. I did the same thing and then realized I forgot to set my alarm, so I'm kind of happy that that happened. And the cats kind of act as like a natural alarm clock anyway, but yeah, I completely forgot to set the alarm. For the most part, I'm up by 7 every morning, kind of just naturally. That was me yesterday, yeah. I wrote a tweet this morning. I'm curious all of your thoughts on this topic. So, how do you all feel about stepping away from social media as a way to combat comparison in your art? So, like, if you're feeling stuck or feeling like, your work doesn't measure up to others, how do you feel about taking a step away from social media to help that? I think most of you know by now I have a pretty strong opinion about social media and its influences on us as creatives. I mean, on us in general, honestly. But I think stepping away from social media gives a lot of clarity. It's hard to do though. I think since my efforts are still quite sophomoric, social media posts still serve as a resource of inspiration and learning. Interesting. I think I think it's a really great, I mean, in this case, LS, it sounds a bit more like um it's a resource for you rather than a hindrance. And I think having that balance is really important. Um, I feel like the longer we spend, you know, looking for our education and our inspiration and stuff, it can kind of creep up on us. But it sounds like you've got a balance of it. Oh, coffee's good, Nexie. Yeah. Ew, social media very toxic. Hi, Kobu. All right, we're gonna put this guy down for now. This is what the three look like so far. We're gonna move on to number four. I was thinking about, so this one here, this made me think about those like patterned papers or wallpapers, or even like the tiled journal covers where the pattern on its own, like, and I would have to obviously work around this, but tiling an image like this on like the cover of something or on like some stationery would be so cool. And this made me think of it, where you could like, I would have to do multiple tiles, I think. But how freaking cool would it be to see? I mean, this one's kind of weird, right? But to see it printed on something, designed on something. And I feel like there's so many different ways that I can do that with the abstract stuff. Hi, Rocket. Morning, morning. How you doing? This feels like the evolution of some kind of organism, and the first one is the red and black one, and then maybe the green and purple, and then it swirls the orange and red and makes the chicken. I shall call it growth. Covered to an A5 sketchbook. I think it would be really cool. Like it's just such a weird like shape. Like I don't know, the designs are fun. I think we decided on Dr. Chicken. Was it I think it was like something really. I think Nexie recommended it, and then I started calling this little guy up here Eggathy. Someone else in chat said something about an egg sidekick, so that's our little guy up here. Um, but yeah, Dr. Chicken. I haven't really come up with names for the other ones. This one gives me Shrek vibes, and we've had a lot of opinions on this one. It kind of feels like an egg yolk or, like LS said, a lava lamp. So I don't know. Maybe you guys can help me come up with names. Take care, Yoshi. You have a good day. All right. So this one, like I said, this one has an intensity to it, and I want to figure out how I can, what I'm going to do with it, I guess. Um, I had a couple different thoughts, maybe doing some sort of separate pattern in the center, and then possibly each of these like shattered pieces in between the lightning could be something a bit less angular. I think we need to go softer to contrast all of the pointy edges in this one. Cyber chaos. Ooh, I like that, Kobu. Yeah. So, I guess I'm just going to start by going a bit more swirly on the inside. And we'll see where it takes us. Oh my god, it's stuck in my head. All right. Although, I kind of like the idea of the central focus being the curves, and then I don't know why, but I'm getting this idea to just go straight lines, like outwards facing the same direction as the triangles. This might still be intense, but you know what? I'm going to roll with it. This might also take a while. We'll see how this goes. I'm immediately getting like abstract guitar vibes from this. I don't know, it might be kind of hard to see because I'm going in pretty lightly here. Oh yeah, squigglies. One second, I'll be right back, you guys. Okay. Hang on. Hanging on. Yeah, I realized I don't want the lines to be perfectly straight, but I want to speed up thickening the outer ones. And just because there's so many straight edges in this one, I think I'm going to try to use this paper to darken some of these. There we go. Yeah. All right. Karst makes a ruler, do they? It's made from stone. Well, I mean, all their stuff's made from stone, but I got an email back from them this morning. Actually, let me take a look at it again because I asked them about doing a coloring book, and it says, hang on a second. So I could print art on the cover, but it sounds like they're not able to put anything on the pages except the lines or dotted, like their how they make the journals. So I wouldn't be able to do a coloring book, which is so sad. But we could make, oh my God, you guys, we could make custom notebooks. Okay, so hear me out. We could do some sort of abstract design together on stream, and then we can put that on the notebooks, which then you guys, if you decided to get your journals, um, we could have it with the custom design that we made here. That would be so freaking cool. So that is a possibility. Sadly, the coloring book isn't, but I can still contact other companies about the coloring book. That's like future thing, but how freaking cool would that be? It looks like let's see. Existing color from our notebook range, personalized with your logo. The minimum order for branded notebooks 100 units. I don't know. It says logo, but I wonder if like how complex it could be. Because I don't want to do a logo. I want to just do a design. Abstract Still 2025 on it. How freaking sick would that be? Yeah, so it looks like we'd have to do a minimum of 100 units in order for that to happen. So I'd probably have to do like some kind of pre-order because I don't know how much that would cost. I would be pretty pricey, I think. But I mean, we could figure it out. Could be a future thing. I'm definitely going to keep it in mind. It's good to know my options with them. But either way, I 100% recommend these notebooks. And I'm working on a collaboration with them so that, I can get you guys a discount as well. Sandoz Art just released a notebook, but I want it written in Carstone that we had the idea before that was released. Yeah, okay, it was my idea first. No, that's cool though. Good for him. Yeah. I mean, definitely not the first artist in the world to be like, I'm gonna put my art on a thing. Still first. It was me. It was me all along. Also, on the other side of this paper, I don't know, I don't think I showed you guys. I was playing with the metallic watercolor. I don't, can you, oh, you can kind of see it. I was just doing some little squiggly, weird, random things. But yeah, the metallic watercolor is really pretty. I think we should play with these watercolors more. Is they're like really beautiful colors too. Depending on how often you use them, you might go through all 100 yourself. I guess that's true. I could just buy them for me. I mean, hey, it's a business expense, right? That's always my like selling point for getting something. I'm like, it's a business expense. It's fine. The benefit of your job being something that you enjoy doing. You have an excuse to spend money on it. Like cereal, crunchy, sugary cereal, even better, sour candies. I don't see it. I don't see it, but you know what? I'd still eat them. Even if they didn't look like candy, I'd still eat them. Chewy candies, not hard candies. Oh, I could see what you're saying, like gummy worms, maybe. Forbidden Twizzlers. Let's see. There's just so much negative space in this one. Maybe I'll do more of the squiggly stuff behind these. Yep, I'm going in. This one's gonna get really trippy. I can already tell. Oh, you guys can't see it. I'm sorry. You know, Nexie, I don't know if you remember the other one I did that kind of looks like this. It had like different designs in the front, but like turned into this like void. This like um I don't know how to describe it. Like feels like you're moving into it. It was one of the first ones I did. If you can remember, it had the silver border in it. I probably have it somewhere. I can't remember if I gave it to Gabby or not. Yeah, I'll find it. It's somewhere in my pile. Actually, at some point, I should do a show and tell and show you guys where the abstract stuff started. Because I think the evolution of it was really fun. Hi, Kodhimi. How are you? Oh my god, it's hot. Why is it always so hot in the morning? There's no reason for it to be hot. My abstract page on Instagram? I don't have an abstract page on Instagram. If I do, it's not me. We could switch rooms. Why is it hot in here? I mean it probably has to do with the sun hitting the wall at this time of day, but I'm like sweating. It's probably the coffee too. Like I'm just hot drink, hot room. Have you seen the statue next to you? Of course it's hot. It's all the horned ladies. The other Instagram art account, one with black and white. Oh, Kobu, yeah, that is I believe that's my sketch Instagram. God, I haven't posted there in forever. Right now, I'm active on Twitter. I want to do more Instagram, but nah. I'm on Twitter, Blue Sky. I'm still on. I have content on YouTube, but I haven't posted it in a little while, other than my streams and Twitch, of course. And you can find me on Kara and Instagram and stuff. Like my portfolios are there. And I'm posting on Kara as well. Also on Threads, but I don't spend a lot of time on Threads. I just kind of post on Threads. Yeah. Yeah, that would explain it, Kobu. Yeah. You can find links to everything on my website. Um actually can yeah, my socials are all linked at the bottom of my website page. I'm not posting on DeviantArt anymore. Kobu, I'm still there just because everything I've ever made since I started studying art is there, but I'm not posting on there anymore. I always like to share DeviantArt as a like a progression um, place because I think a lot of people like to see that growth. I know for me when I was starting out, seeing, these really professional, like highly rendered illustrations from artists could be kind of daunting. And so seeing their journey and where they came from and what that looked like was really inspiring for me. So I'll probably never take down my DeviantArt, but I don't post there anymore. Yeah, the whole AI stuff. I mean that's kind of happened everywhere, right? So when that happened there, I was like, well, yeah, probably not going to move forward with posting there. But I mean, the damage is done. Like if they're using the data from our art, I mean, I don't know that for sure, but if they are, like removing it isn't going to remove it from their data set. So I'd much rather it be there as a resource for other artists. All right, I'm kind of thinking. See, I could do it. This is like sort of similar to what's going on in the back of this one. It's a bit more like, um, what's the word I'm looking for? It's a bit, little more like trippy. Like it's not quite as like flowing as this one. So I was thinking about maybe filling in with black, but maybe I do another color in the back of this one. Since so much of this is dark, I'm wondering if maybe doing like some of this blue in the background here could be really fun. What other colors do I have other than these ones we've already got? Let me look. So I was looking at some of my acrylic pens, but I also have this gold paint that I think could be really interesting. Gold, red, and black. I feel like that would be fun. Hi, Carlos. How you doing? Yeah, LS. It was a rough time. Yeah, let's do the gold. I think it could be fun. I need to get I need to get my other brushes. Hang on a second. Um, I gotta go grab them. I think they're drying in the kitchen. One sec. Okay. All right, I'm gonna move these aside. Give myself a little bit more space. Well, I also have this one. I feel like this is gonna take longer. This is an oil paint marker. I may need better ventilation if I'm gonna use this, so I don't know if I'm gonna use this one today. But you know what? I'm gonna test out the gold and see if I like it. I might be kind of picky about it, so I don't know. It could be interesting. I think it could be a nice color. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a bit more on like the yellow side, like it's quite bright, but I don't know. Let's try it. Let's see what happens. Hey, Dead Man, how are you? Yeah, I put a little paint over here. I guess you can't really see it because it's kind of behind chat, but it definitely like thins out a bit. I wonder if I can build it up. See the bright part of the yellow paint? Yeah, it's quite like yellowy. That's all right. I have tons of materials that are like simulating of metallic sort of gold colors. So I'm like, oh, it does have a shimmer. Wait. Look. Wait. See that? Wow, that's pretty. Okay, I'm on board. I'm on board. Um but anyway, yeah, I have a lot of different gold metallic paints, and I've kind of been experimenting with a bunch of them. This is one of the newer ones I've gotten. I actually haven't tried this one out yet, so it's gonna be fun. Shimmer sold me. Oh my god, anything that's shiny, like I'm in. I'm so in. I'm so like I don't know, I just love the shimmer. You know, the really nice thing about the Bic pen is that I can go in and kind of sketch out my idea, and then I can paint on top of it. And a lot of times the paint, I can still see it through the paint. So it allows me to kind of stay in the lines, but also be able to come back and like draw over it. I freaking love the Bic pen. Best art tool ever invented. How's the consistency of the gold paint compared to the Liquitex soft body acrylics? I will say it's not as like thick. Um, like I feel like the Liquitex has a slightly better color to it. This one's a bit more maybe I guess watered down feeling, but that might just simply be because it's um a lighter color paint. Like the yellow, I feel like has the potential to be a bit more translucent, but it's definitely not as opaque. The Liquitex is really nice. I will say, like, in all, and I haven't used a lot, but in all of the materials that I've used, the Liquitex is really solid. I think this is a brand called Golden. And you could kind of see here, like, where the paint is thicker is where it kind of builds up and it's a bit darker. And then as you spread it out more, it is a bit more translucent. Might just be the intention because of the gold. But again, I think I could probably build up on it. And the other thing is, if I built up on it again, like you'd see more of that shimmer. Yeah. Hi, Soda. Soda, unfortunately, I have no idea what that is because my chat box broke it. Wait, wait. Does it say soda in there somewhere? I think that's the only thing I can make out. Anyway, hello, Soda. How are you? My little soda pop. Hey, Deadman. Yeah, I am live streaming. Hello. What are you doing? You bringing Lenny? Lenny! I don't have camera on today, so they won't be able to see her. Well, Lenny is here in spirit, you guys. Is she purring? Okay, you see. Oh, her little paws. She's doing this with her paws. Lenny says hi. Little Lenny baby, she's a little baby. My little Lenny pop. I love little Lenny. Cat tax paid. Remember when she was a small fluff ball? I know, when she was just a little bean. Lenny is, I think she's 4 years old now. Is that wild or what? And Luna, I feel like Luna's almost two, if not two already, because, and I keep mixing this up because I'm like, I didn't get her last year. I got her when I moved into my other apartment. So she's got to be 2 years old. Yeah. Or maybe a year and a half. Little baby Lenny. She's a little Lenny. Do you guys sing to your pets or is it just me? I feel like that's like a pet owner thing. Wow, the paint job there is not the best, but I will fix that. Hi, Genesis. My favorite animated movie? Oh man, that's a hard question. I feel like anytime someone asks that question, my brain immediately just like shuts down. I have some favorites. I mean, here's the thing. I just watched K-pop Demon Hunters, so of course I'm obsessed, but I really liked I really like Treasure Planet. That's a really good one. That's like a classic good one. Chow, what about you guys? Favorite animated movie? Go. Syl made a mistake? What? Lenny is a baby. Ooh, Kung Fu Panda. I haven't seen that one in a long time. There was a ton of movies in that series, but I think I only saw the first one. Were the other ones any good? I need more paint. By the way, real quick reminder that we are running the a giveaway for an unpainted version of the Dayanora figurine. It is a subscriber only, but you guys are more than welcome to subscribe and join, or if you're already an existing subscriber, you can just type !demon in chat. And I'm going to be running the giveaway for a few weeks here on stream, but this is the figurine here, so she'll be unpainted. Uh, this this is what the unpainted version looks like, so you can add any colors, any kind of design that you want to her. But I'm hosting the giveaway in, in excitement for the release of her her figure. So if you guys want to get in on that, feel free to type exclamation point demon. Oh, How to Train Your Dragon was so good. Oh, wait, Shrek is a good one too. Can I take my answer back? I love Shrek. Shrek is like one movie I'm so freaking obsessed with in like an unironic kind of way. Like I love Shrek. I'm gonna take back my answer now. Treasure Planet 2, K-pop Shrek Demon Hunters. I'm in. I'm so freaking in. You don't even know. My little K-pop Shrek. Dinky donky dinky. Shrek and Donkey on an adventure. I use too much paint. I use too much paint. Ooh, Nimona on Netflix. Nimona was really good. You know, we've been catching up on Squid Game as well. We were gonna finish it last night, but for some reason Netflix just was not functioning, so that didn't happen. But Squid Game's been really good too. I mean, it's not animated, but we're talking about we're talking about shows and movies. Imagine if I was over here like Squid Game was the best animated series. My favorite animation is Squid Game. I don't even know what was up with it last night. Like, it wasn't letting us choose the episode, and it was just like auto playing, but it was auto playing stuff we'd already seen. It was being really weird. And next thing I have a hunch that it was because we temporarily canceled our subscription because we're going monk mode this month. I guess in September, and we know we're not going to be watching a lot of TV. So we're like, oh, let's cancel the sub. And then the moment we cancel it, they're like, actually, we're going to give you all these problems. So I don't know if that's why, but we were like, we think that's why. Yeah, I do think. Wait, no. Nexie, I thought you were saying animated film, but I was about to read your line as my favorite live action is Shrek, and I was like, wait, that's not right. What am I missing here? Imagine paying attention. Couldn't be me. You're my soda pop, my little soda pop. Meow, 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 meow. Shrek is love. Shrek is life. Yes, Soda. How are you today, Soda? You having a good day? Hope you are. That wasn't sarcastic. I know it sounded sarcastic, but I hope you're having a great day. Wait, there's a musical? There's a Shrek the musical? Is it good? Well, I got a new thing I gotta watch, guys. Live action Shrek. Falls into the issue many adaptations do. So, what did you think of it, Ambi? Or I guess like what makes you think it what was the issue? Hang on, I gotta get some water. Okay. Just the original movie, but with worse timing. I don't know why that like feels like it would be hilarious. Some jokes land real well, others not so much. If you like Shrek musical, it's definitely worth the watch. I might try it. I might. Zayd, let me borrow the DVD real quick. All right, let's take a look. There's still more work I'm gonna do with the pen, but I'm kind of digging the shimmer. Guys, check the shimmer out. Look at that. Okay, so hear me out. The shimmer on this gold makes me really want to um do some ink portraiture and then add gold elements to it. Oh my god, I'm like losing my mind now. It looks so good. Um do you guys remember Do you guys remember this series? This print's a little bit beat up because of the cats, but do you remember this series? This is a oldie, like big time oldie, and I kind of want to approach ink with this series again and then have those gold elements. So like in this case, if I was going to add gold to this, like maybe I'd add the gold to the horns and the earrings and maybe the jewelry. I think that could be so freaking cool. So, of course, like I said, this is really old, but I think an updated version of what this might look like and doing traditional portraiture, I think I would be in heaven doing that. So, I think I don't know, maybe next week we'll see kind of how I feel. I've been doing a lot of traditional portraits, but I don't know, I haven't settled on any like anything that I like yet. So maybe sometime next week I'll play around with just warming up, doing some portraits, and then maybe we'll lean into doing stuff like this. Oh, Ambi, I love it. I don't know if I know I've seen her Inktober pieces in the past. I don't know if I've seen the one specifically with gold leaf, but I absolutely love the concept of bringing gold into something as stark as the black and white. But I think like the thing that gets me most excited is that this piece is probably like 7 years old. So the idea of revisiting a concept like this with the skills that I've acquired over years, I think is going to be really exciting. So yeah, it's a really old one. As you can see, the cats have the cats have found this one. This was like an extra one that I had that was just lying around, and the cats do their thing. Okay, I've got to let this one dry a little bit. Has it been that long? It has. Isn't that disgusting, LS? I think maybe it's been like 5, 6, somewhere between 5 and 7 years since I made that. All right, so I'm gonna let this guy dry. And I think while it's drying, I'm gonna start something in the sketchbook. I just feeling like because I can't do any more on this until it dries. I think it's like, well, I'm gonna give it like 5 or 10 minutes, I think. Fix the cat damage with gold leaf. Oh yeah, that would be awesome. All right, let me grab my sketchbook real quick. All right. So I finished. I feel like this one's finished. I know I started this one on stream last week. And it's one of those things where I feel like I probably could add more, but I also feel like I'm kind of done with it. So I think I'm going to call it finished. Um, do I want to work on this one? I don't know. I'm not really feeling. Oh my God, Danor, get out of the way, please. Here, let's put you somewhere else. Let's put you over here. Or I still want her on stream. She's just thoroughly in the way. There we go. Close enough. Okay, I think I'm done with this one as well. Yeah, maybe I'll just start a new one. This one came out really interesting. It does kind of feel like this like alien blossom. Like the petals are sort of falling away from this, I don't know, a pod, and then like the alien plant is kind of falling out of it. Blank page.
Lemon.
Thank you for the follow. Purrs, how are you? Have her hold a paint bottle, if only. The lemon voice. Lemon. I've been following your videos on YouTube. Now I'm here. Purrs, thanks for coming in. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching the YouTube stuff. Do you have a favorite video? This is gonna be a weird one, you guys. I feel like I say that about all of them. I think they're all gonna be weird, and that's why I like them. Your train. Can you chill? You chill with the. Uh, that was like a solid 30 seconds of train horn. Ooh, Rocket sees a group hug. Chat, what do y'all see? I know it's early stages, but what's it starting off as? Ooh, a tulip. If you really squint. Ooh, Medusa. Okay. All right. Oh my god, train, chill. Donald Duck. All right. All right. This one has a nice feeling to it. Love all of them. Hard to choose. Usually watch them while arting. Oh, I love it. That makes me really happy. It's been a little while
Lemon.
since I've been able to get a video up on YouTube, but I've got tons of ideas in the back of my mind. It's just all the other stuff I've got going on. I've been thinking about making, doing more specific talks and content on Twitch and then editing it so that it's, useful for YouTube or viewable on YouTube. Hi, Sean. How are you? Antidote Inc. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you. The insides of a lava lamp on its wedding day. Soda, that sounds so wrong. How could you? How could you see that, Soda? Yeah, Sean, sometimes it feels like it. like every time the game I like to play is chat what do you see when you look at these? And I feel like that's the whole point of that test. Um very abstract. I never know what it's going to be until it is. And even then sometimes I don't know what it is. But these are really fun. I really enjoy doing these. These are some of the previous ones I've done. Not all of them were done on stream, but we've done I think this was the first one we did on stream. And then I did this one on stream as well. I don't feel like this one's done, but I'm going to put it down for now. Did this one on stream too. Oh, I smeared. When? Okay, we'll fix it. Hang on. I should have known better. Should have had the paper towel. Busy training one of the new project people on my team to assist in managing the project board for work. So don't feel like the army of one. Oh, that's going to be a relief. Having that help. Think about this for a second. No mistakes, only happy accidents. And now I'm going to build this design out from this area. Oh, thank you, Ombi. Yeah, so those of you who are just popping in, we are hosting a giveaway today. So the giveaway is going to run for a couple weeks as we continue to host the pre-order for Dayanora. But the figurine that we're giving away is this lady, but it is an unpainted version. So you guys can assemble her. You can paint her yourselves and assemble her as well. So if any of you are miniature painters or even thinking about getting into miniature painting, um, we've got this babe. So obviously she's in pieces because, well, you wouldn't want to paint her when she's fully put together. But yeah, if you guys want to join in, it's subscriber only. It's going to be running for a few weeks. So you don't necessarily need to subscribe today, but you can subscribe in the future and also join. We also have a leg. Ooh la la. Thank you, Sean. Yeah, if you do want the fully painted figurine, she is available through the pre-order link, so you guys can check her out. She's a total babe. Unfortunately, my version is broken because of Lenny, but you know that's just cat things. Nothing a little glue can't fix, though. But yeah, you can check her out at the link. You can type exclamation point figure or click the link that LS just dropped in chat. Nice model of Nexi's leg. Do 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 ha do ha do ha. Hello, ladies. Hi, Nom. How are you? I'm doing pretty good. I'm working on this abstract piece. Oh, you know what? As I started this, I completely forgot we were working on the other one. So I picked this one up real quick because we were waiting for one of our series pieces to dry. So hold on, let me show you what we're working with. So this is a series we started on stream. Aw, Soda!
Soda Clown underscore gifted a tier 1 sub to No Mind The Boy Zero. They have
Thank you!
given 10 gift
Oh,
subs
Soda,
in the
that's really
channel.
sweet. Thank you for the gift sub, Soda. Chat, make sure you toss some emotes out for Soda. I really appreciate that. So Nam, if you would like to join the giveaway, that gift sub will get you entry. You just have to type exclamation point demon in chat. So yeah, I've been working on this piece today and I was waiting for that gold to dry. But these were the other pieces in the set. So all of the shapes and colors were chosen by chat and then I went in with my classic Bic pen. And I've been working on these designs. So this is the final one. This is what I've been working on in between while we wait for this to dry. I think it's pretty much dry now, so I might get back to it. Hi, artist to be. How are you? I'm new here too. How's it going? That's crazy that you've been around for 5 years. Insane. It's crazy that I've been posting my work online for almost a decade. Good things. How are you doing? All good, I hope. Yeah, things are good. Can't complain. I've really been leaning into the abstract work. It's been very refreshing. I was going through quite a insidious art block. I didn't even realize that it was there, or that it was happening. And so the abstract work has kind of pulled me out of that. And now it's something that I would call myself as much of an abstract artist as I am a, a portrait artist, character artist now. So yeah, I love the abstract
Lemon!
stuff. It's amazing. Oh, Maddie, thank you for the raid. How are you guys? Thank you so much for coming in. Maddie, it's so good to see you as well. How
I
was your
am so
stream?
happy that I could be here and enjoy seeing your art come to life, but also for all of the art advice. Thank you for sharing your time with all of us, Silas Hart.
Oh, Lunar, thank you for the sub. I really appreciate you. Make sure you get in on the figurine giveaway. You can type in exclamation point demon. Thank you so much, Lunar. I appreciate it. Hi, everybody. Thank you for coming in,
Lemon!
Raiders. I'm going to give y'all a chance to get cozy. Chloe, I see you. How are you doing? Uma, MC
Lemon!
Art, Clever. How are you guys doing? Angel Peeking, good morning to you as well. Those of you who are coming in, I would love to hear if y'all are also artists. And
Lemon!
if you are, what do you make? Maddie said, "Oh, you had an art show today. Oh, that's so fun. I love it. That's such a cool idea." Hi, Sida. Thank you, thank you. For those of you who are coming in for the very first time, my name is Silas A. I am a character artist. I work digitally as well, but as you can see, I also have an abstract art style that I work in. Um, I also post and talk a lot about the struggles that we artists go through. So things like art block, imposter syndrome, comparison, how to work through those things. And I think that's something that not a lot of other creatives talk about. So it's something that we spend a lot of time talking about on the channel here, but I also post a lot about the process of working through that over on Twitter and Blue Sky as well. I appreciate all of you coming in though. Love abstract art. It's so much fun. I think one of my favorite things about the abstract work is showing it and seeing what other people see. I think we all tend to see different things in the abstract work. And so it's always this game of, you know, what do you see in it and what do I see in it and how does that differ? I just think that's really fun. MC says, I work mostly in grayscale because of my color blindness using mediums such as graphite, charcoal, and inks. That's amazing. I love that you don't allow that to get in the way of your creativity. You've found a way to explore that and enjoy it without feeling like the color blindness holds you back. Wasn't familiar with your abstract work. This is so cool. Thank you, Maddie. Yeah, it's very new. I would say I started developing it about 2.5, 3 months ago. And so I'm just really excited about the progression of it. Um, these pieces here are a stream series that we started, but I've been doing a lot of stuff in my sketchbook as well. So very abstract, very alien looking. I think a lot of my work has a kind of floral inspiration, but it seems like a lot of animals tend to come up as well in the abstract stuff. Yeah, so they're a lot of fun. I really enjoy them. They get like really wacky and out
Lemon!
there. Yeah, so when I start, I tend not to have an intention. Like I don't really know where the pieces are going to go until I kind of get an idea as it goes along. Um but I don't know where it's going to start or where it's going to go and then it just kind of evolves. Some of these aren't done, by the way. And I'm still thinking about all the fundamental things that I've learned in art, but for the most
Lemon!
part I tend to kind of turn my brain off a bit. These have these helped me come out of a really deep art block. Um, they've helped me, recover from that and regain the love for creating. Like I think as a professional, when you're in the space for a really long time and you're making the same things for a very long time, it's really easy to get stuck or feel a little bit stagnant. And working on the abstract stuff was a reminder of all of the rules that I made for myself were kind of getting in the way of my creativity. So this really allowed me to, you know, kind of go back and really play around, like play. I think play is the biggest thing that comes to mind with the abstract work, where it doesn't have expectation, it doesn't need to look a certain way, it just needs to be. And I really love that from the abstract work. But it also, through working over the art block, it taught me a lot of things about how to navigate it, how to move through it. And so I'm working on a resource to help other artists with that, alongside like all the stuff that I post and talk about. But this one's a bit more like step by step of what I did to get out of it in a very actionable way. So because of that, I feel like this art block was really important. It needed to happen. I'm very glad it happened. I think it's one of the best things that could have happened to my creativity because it helped me sort out a lot of stuff. Thank you, Clever. I appreciate it. Chris, it's so therapeutic. If you guys have never tried making abstract work, I highly recommend it. Just going in without an intention, letting the pen kind of do its own work, letting your intuition drive where it goes. It's very enjoyable. And but be prepared because it can be therapeutic, but with it quieting your mind, it can also bring up um, a lot of beliefs you have about art. You may find yourself saying things like, why am I doing this? What is this going to be? Am I wasting time? Am I wasting paper? This doesn't look good. I think those were a lot of things that came up for me when I initially started. And the ironic thing was, I needed to face all of those things. I needed to be, kind of make space for them and understand what they meant for not only my abstract work, but also for my the stuff that I do for work. My portraiture, my characters, my splash pieces. But I love the abstract stuff so much that I'm currently in the process of putting together pieces to actually sell as well. So I'm excited to incorporate it into my professional work as well as use it as an outlet, to help me better understand myself and my art as well. Of course, Clever, I'm happy to. If you guys are going through anything with your creativity, whether it's art block or burnout or you're comparing to other people, or even if you're just looking for like general advice about, art business or art creation, totally happy to talk about that stuff here. I also talk about it a lot on Twitter. Twitter and Blue Sky. If you prefer not to use Twitter, I'm also on Blue Sky, but you can scroll through my Twitter feed and see all of my thoughts and ramblings about that stuff. MC, thank you for the follow. Angel, 100, Cheeky, Chloe, Sida, Kim, thank you all so much for following. I really appreciate it. Hi, Akila. Good to see you, baby. Each page speaks to me. Am I the only one? What's it saying, Purrs? What are they saying to you?
Lemon.
Lemon. Rap, thank you for the follow. Also, I just want to let you guys know because we are hosting a giveaway today. I just recently launched the I launched Dayanora. So this is a figurine that I've created based on one of my previous illustrations here. And we're hosting a giveaway for the unpainted version. So those of you who are miniature painters in chat, you might be interested in this. It's the same figurine, but without the color. So you can paint her whatever look you want to give her. But I also have a pre order sale going on right now of this lady with the print. Um, There's limited stock and it's only going to be running for a month. So if you guys want to check that out, you can type exclamation point figure. But if you want to get in on the giveaway, it is a subscriber only giveaway, but you can type exclamation point demon in chat to join that. I have her here. She's in pieces, so it's a little bit easier for folks to paint her. But yeah, I have her here. I'll be sending her out to someone. All right, let's get back to. We're gonna finish up this guy. These are 3D printed, yeah. The figurine is 3D printed. I wish I could say I sculpted it. That would be absolutely amazing, but I did not. Relates that so much with writing. I was struggling so much to write my commissions, and it was only when I allowed myself to write for the sake of writing, despite constantly telling myself, "Why are you doing this? Who's going to read this? Why am I wasting time?" that I managed to get out of the creativity rut. That's amazing, Akila. I really think it takes removing those expectations and sometimes just really allowing yourself to go back to the why of it. Why are you writing? Why are you drawing? Why are you even, doing this thing that you set out to do? And I think that's really powerful because I think a lot of people get caught up in the business side of it. Like it has to be successful or it has to make money. And I don't think that's where the joy of it comes from. I think that is a result of very genuinely loving what you're doing. But I think that part has to be nurtured and cultivated first before any success can be had with money. And if you've had success with money, but then you're struggling with that burnout, I think that's an indication that you need some balance there. Because for the sustainability of a creative career, I think that's really necessary. It's resin, Sean. There's more details on like what it's made of, how big it is, all that stuff on the site as well. Need to protect the joy at all costs. Doing this is such a good reminder of why we got into art in the first place. The love for making art, not because it's work. Yeah, and even the idea of I had this discussion with one of my students. I thought it was really insightful. Um, the idea of calling, I mean, artwork is in the name, right? But I think not labeling it as work is really important, even if it's your job. Um, because I think the moment we start calling it work, it creates a different story about what the art means to us. And so, it may literally be work, but I think if it feels like you're sitting down to do work, I think there's something in that wording that kind of it feels different. It becomes something else. Retain the whimsy. I love it. It's got to stay fun. And it's so funny because fun is the thing that keeps coming back to me in the sense of like I'm constantly reminded I need to have more fun in my art. I need to let things be more free in my art. And there was definitely a period of time with art and with streaming where I didn't let myself have fun. And it wasn't necessarily because, streaming wasn't fun or art wasn't fun, but I had these ideas in my head about how I had to do things, how I had to present the work, whether or not I could even do something new. Like old me, past me, I think would really struggle with doing this abstract work on stream because there was a part in my brain that said, this isn't your professional work, therefore you can't show it on stream, And I think all of the things my brain was telling me is definitely lies. Like, it was telling me things like, oh, it's not as valuable as your character work. It's not as, uh, skilled. But in my mind, those things, because art is so subjective. None of that. Like, I'm not the one to decide that, right? The person buying the work is the one to decide that. The person who resonates with the work is the one to decide that. And that's going to look different for everybody. So the most important metric for me became, do I enjoy this? Do I have fun? Do I even like how it looks, right? And it's all okay to say no to that. But I created a new measurement for myself of what it meant to make work that was meaningful to me, and also allowed myself to play and experiment and have fun with it. And that has been monumentally creatively life changing, for my approach. And I'm so happy I went through the art block and I did all of this, because I don't think I would have ever seen this, as it was. This, working with the abstract stuff really forced me to face those thoughts and those things that, I was kind of pushing them down. I was like, I need to just keep going, right? And I think that's what a lot of artists tell themselves, but I think that reflection is super important. Hard to do, but super important. I get doing art for yourself because you love creating, but after so many years of no sales, it's hard to keep going, for me at least. I struggle with that a lot, so I put off creating, sometimes going years until I feel like drawing again. MC, I know exactly where you're coming from, and I think there's definitely been points in my career where there's been a dip in like people wanting the work. Less people wanting it, more people wanting it, less people wanting it. And I think the hard part about that is it does take a toll on your mental when it comes to, why am I creating this? But I think if the why is just to make money from it, like it's just a means to make money and using it because it's something you enjoyed doing, I think the relationship can change when money comes out of the equation. And I think that's where it's really important to revisit why you started in the first place, because I think selling our work it comes from a place of, I love doing this, so selling it's going to just, I just sell it and do it because I love it. But the reason we do it is always separate
Lemon.
from making money from it. Like, none of us start, well, maybe you do, maybe some of us do, but I think if you start from a place of, this is a thing that's going to make me money, I think it's going to be really hard to love it if it doesn't. And so the definition of what it means to you, I think, is really important to analyze, and reflect on. And again, getting to a point where you're able to do it and make it without necessarily having to make the sale to be happy with it. And again, I think this is like very important to me with my abstract work, because I don't care if it sells. If it does, great. Um, but it's healed so much of the rest of my creativity that it just feels right. It feels good to do it. I wake up wanting to do it. And now the funny thing is, now that's bleeding into all of the rest of my work, because I've really changed my approach to how I create. And like I said, I've been writing the past 3 months. I've been writing this resource to help people with a more like step-by-step process on how to work through that. And I will release it soon. Um, I think it's probably going to be one of my most important resources that I've ever made. Um, so I'm taking my time with it, but I'm also very excited to get it out there, because I'm just really passionate with how this work has helped me, and I think it could really help other people to take a similar approach. I think it wasn't necessarily an art block as much as it was a hustle culture mind block. Optimizing career progression was the goal. Rocket, I think so too. I think so too. And when you start to do this professionally, I think we have to be really aware of that. Whenever money comes into the equation, we have to be really aware of it. Akila said, I just want to take a second to appreciate you. You've always been so insightful about art in the process and generous with your knowledge and experience and welcoming to exchanging thoughts. Aw, Akila, You're such an inspiration, not just for the art, for your kindness and willingness to share your struggles. I think I've been in this channel for 4 years, and I just wanted to take a second to say, Sai, you're amazing, and I appreciate you. And it's been an honor and joy to see your journey. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you saying that. Sharing this stuff has, I mean, it, in two ways, I feel like it's a benefit. It helps the community, but it's also very therapeutic for me to be able to share these things. And something else that I've been working on is really just allowing that vulnerability, right? Because I think, the things I'm posting about, the things I'm talking about, they're all things that we all go through. And so sometimes it's like, well, if I'm going through it, like, who am I to say, right? But I think it happens to all of us. And I think sharing the fact that someone who has been doing this professionally for so long still goes through these things, still navigates them, still learns from them, I think is helpful to artists who might be struggling, um, whether they're beginners, whether they're more intermediate, whether they're professional, and also give permission for people to talk about that. um, it's so corny, but I think watching K-pop Demon Hunters was actually a really like insightful experience for me where it's like you don't have to keep these things
Yay!
in. You don't have to hide them. I actually think that it brings you closer to people when you share them. So that's been a big part of it for me as well. Yeah, Boopity, I agree. I think like when it's the thing keeping the lights on, it does get really stressful. But like you said, having another avenue where you don't necessarily need to rely on the art to pay the bills can definitely change your relationship with it. Um it's tough though. I mean, it's tough out there in general. Like no matter what you're doing, I think it's tough. But I think it's even harder to have the pure expectation for the work to just be I need to sell this or else it's bad and I don't like it. I think that can very quickly kill the enjoyment for making art. And also, just posting it on social media, I think we have to be very careful about assessing whether or not the work is good based on its approval or its engagement on social media. Because there's so many other factors there about, like, why is it going viral? Why is it not going viral? And so it's sort of a dangerous game to assume that it's good or bad based on those metrics as well. I think that definition definitely needs to come from within us first. It's scary to be vulnerable, Kila. I mean, and of course this depends on like, how you were brought up and your beliefs and things like that, but I think in general for most people it's pretty scary, but yeah, it definitely gives other people permission to put that out there and um share what they're going through and help each other, lift each other up. Because we all experience it. It doesn't matter what level of artist you are. Like everybody goes through something at some point with their creativity. Absolutely, Boopity. Allowing yourself to be vulnerable, ironically, one of the most powerful things you could do. Yeah. It's it's in my experience, it's one of the best ways to connect with people, but it is so scary. In a way, it's reassuring the masters also worry about these things, not just us noobs. I don't know if I would label myself master, but I know that there are masters out there who do worry about this stuff. And there's definitely some who've also shared it as well. I think any instance of like spending time on like talks or podcasts and listening to, really experienced folks talk about this stuff, I think everybody has felt it at one point or another in their journey. And yeah, I think if you're not careful, it can creep its way back in. Oh, hiccup, excuse me. When I talk to artists, especially the ones who I consider successful, it seems we all suffer from imposter syndrome. I think there's definitely moments, I think these days I feel that less, but again, I've also been doing it for a really long time. But I think there's always moments where, like, sometimes I'll look at others' work and I'll be like, damn, I have a long way to go. Even when I've been doing it as long as I have been. And I think in that moment for me, like, that's a little bit more inspiring than it is discouraging because I'm like, I don't know, maybe artists are masochists, but I feel like knowing that there's always something to explore. And I say explore very intentionally because I feel like this concept of there's always something to get better at. Um, I think the framing's really important. So there's always something for me to explore in my work, or for me to develop. Um, and yeah, I think there's definitely always going to be artists out there that you see and you're like, hot damn, that is some work right there. Hi, Taco. How are you? Do 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 do. Hang on one second. Beep boop beep boop beep boo. I still get moments that I think, when will they find out I don't know what I'm doing? But I got a lot better at selling myself and pretending I do. You know, I think there's this idea. I mean, because artists of all levels are always experimenting, right? Like there's always something they don't know. So I think it's important, it's really important not to feel like you're a fraud for that. Um, there's always something that's like we're not good at, or something that we just, I don't know, like we need to work on. Like we know we need to work on. Combat, thank you for the resub. Thank you. 73 months. That's insane. Combat, you're amazing. Thank you so much. Combat, make sure you get in on the giveaway. We are giving away a unpainted 3D printed version of Dayanora. It's a subscriber only entry, so feel free to jump in. Exclamation point demon in chat will get you a ticket. The fully painted version, I'm not giving her away at the moment. I don't have another version of her, but you can also get her at the if you type exclamation point figure, there's a link to her page and all the details. Isn't she a babe? Like, hello? Hello? Anyway, yeah, anybody who subscribes today, make sure you get in on that. And any existing subscribers are also welcome. The giveaway is going to be running for a few weeks though. Saw the announcement. So excited! Oh, I'm excited. I'm excited that you are excited. She'll also come with the print. The unpainted version that I send out will also get one of these babies. All right, I'm running out of steam on this one. I'm gonna work on this one a little bit later. I'm gonna go back to this guy. Is there anything, chat, that you would say that art has taught you about yourself or maybe helped you develop in your life? I think this is a topic and a conversation I really enjoy having because art's been so, so huge at helping me develop as a person. So I'm curious, what you guys think. Hi, Annabelle. How you doing, baby? Art has made me realize I love nature. I want to go hiking more often. So I have lately. Oh, boopity, that's amazing. Oops. Art helps me slow down and enjoy the little things. I'm right there with you, Angel. I think art is a reminder that we all need to slow down. It's kind of like the opposite of what hustle culture is. And I think it's really that challenge of, slowing down with it and being okay with slowing down. Patience and the joy of pausing to look at your work. Oh, it's beautiful. It's like that moment where you just kind of like step back and you're like, I did that. I did the thing. And I think that's such an exciting feeling. Ooh, I'm gonna give my wrist a break for a second.
Lemon!
Lemon. Lemon sassafras. Thank you for the follow. Oh, Boopity. Also, thank you for following. Boopity, Moody. Appreciate y'all. Hello. Nexie's here. What? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I read it. I just didn't respond. Sorry. For lunch, will you make some eggies? Okay. It's 11. 11. Maybe 12? I'm hungry. Thank you. Oh, and some rice, please. Nice. Thank you. Sorry. I'm just putting in my order with Chef Nexie. Yeah. He's going to make some steamed eggs and rice. Dude, we've been steaming eggs every single day. Oh my God, I love steamed eggs. We steam them in the little ramekin and they're like gelatinous. Oh my God. Oh, so good. Over some eggs with some salmon, cucumber. It's so good. It's the most delicious thing. Really lazy thing to do is steam them in your rice cooker. You know, that would be a fantastic idea. My rice cooker's so small though. Um, but we have been thinking about getting a new one because the one that I have, I've had it since I was traveling in the van, and it's getting worn down. Like the inside of it, there's like paint chipping out of it. I don't even know if it's like paint, but it's like there's pieces chipping off. And I don't think that that's good. So I probably need to invest in a new one. So if I can invest in a new one, throw that in there. Yeah. Yeah, it's getting to that point where I'm like, I probably need a new one. Steel where it matters repaired like 20 times. Oh dang. Yeah, mine was like a cheap one from Amazon. It was also it's how do I say this? It's a really small one. Like it only really feeds two people, maybe three, but it's like I don't know. This I can't do it this way, but like this tall. Really tiny. Yeah. So we probably need a bigger one anyway. We eat a lot of rice. One way to get more iron in your diet. Sweet potatoes we had when y'all were here. My God, LS, those sweet potatoes were so freaking good. Like, I still dream of those. We have, I think we have similar ones here, but there's just something about the way that your mom steamed, like maybe she steamed them longer. They were like, I could live on those. I, like, I could just pull one out of the cooker and just eat it. Nothing on it, not with anything else. Oh, so good. That's the funny thing, Ambi. It was just steamed sweet potato. It was so good. I don't know. I think they were purple potatoes, but they were yellow on the inside. I think the Japanese potatoes or yam. Were they yams specifically? Yams. Okay. It was like the most healing food. I would eat it and just my soul would sing. LS's mom was so good at cooking. I hear Nexie in the kitchen singing K-pop Demon Hunters. He's been just because of how busy I've been, he's been doing a lot of the cooking recently. And yesterday, um, he made this soup from, so he used the ramen noodles, but he didn't use the spices that came with it because it was just a tad too spicy for me. So instead, he used just miso, and we put in seaweed flakes and cucumber and like all the toppings, and it was so good. And like, I'm so grateful for the fact that he's just like, he's so helpful. He's so helpful with everything. And like the fact that I'm so busy, and then like there's nothing that makes me happier than like taking a break and he's like, "Here's your food." And then we just have a nice meal together. Oh, it's so nice. And yesterday it was like such a good meal that I was like, it tastes like it was from a restaurant. Yeah, I feel really lucky. When the patterns start to show. God, get out of my head. Ooh, having stock on hand is so nice because it's just so easy to like throw things together once it's made. I was definitely hungry before, but now y'all have me hungrier. Hi, Kaylee. How you doing? I'm kind of curious to. I haven't painted on these pages yet, but I'm kind of curious to. They are waterproof, so I know it's not going to be like it won't soak through and it should stick to the paper. But I'm like, I don't want to. I don't want to ruin it. But I've been thinking about it. I think it would be kind of interesting. Hanging in there. Glad to catch a stream. Hope you and chat are well. We are doing fantastic. Really, really good. It's good to see you. Darn it. Hey, Stu, if you want to join in on the giveaway, it is subscriber only, but you would use the same command. Subscribers also get goodies like emotes and access to channels in our Discord, exclusive channels. Yeah, no worries. How are you? Oh, good call, princess. Let me stretch for a second. I definitely have to keep in mind to stretch the wrist because I've noticed a few times I get so into the work that sometimes I just like forget to stop or even slow down or even just look at it. Just keep going. Chad, don't forget to stretch as well. Whenever I'm painting, I notice I shrimp even harder. I do too. That was actually one of the things that I really took note of when I began this abstract journey because my, like, I was completely neglecting the fact that my body would hurt when I was making art. And that really contributed to a lot of the um aversion to sometimes painting So, yeah, I really have to be cognizant of that. And I've gotten a lot better about it. But it's even harder traditionally because I'm looking down at the piece, whereas, like, at least with the tablet, it's in front of me and I'm kind of looking straight on with it. Bow, wow, wow, wow. Hmm. Do I experiment with paint on this one? I kind of want to. Chat, let's vote. LS, let's get a poll up. Do I experiment with paint or not? Chat decides. This will be the first time using paint in this sketchbook. It does have waterproof pages, so it should be safe, but I'm really curious what it's going to look like. I don't know. All right. Chat, we got a poll up. Do we want to experiment with paint on this piece? I might even bring in some color. I'm a little I don't know. We could see. We could see where it goes. What do you think? I am, Princess. Thank you. How are you doing? Pink and baby blue. You know what, Kobu? What's so funny about you saying that is that was exactly what I was thinking of. Oh man. Kobu, why are you reading my mind? Who who let you in there? So far we're 100% on the pink. I'm going to grab the pink and the blue in preparation. So I have two options. I have these, which are pretty much the same color, and then I have these. I feel like I might want to play with these because these sometimes these are get a little bit streaky, and I really want that like fresh matte look. So I think I'm gonna play with these two. We artists still. We share the same brain cells. You're right. Annabelle, I think with abstract, it's really not about doing things correctly or, having a certain way to do it. For me, I put lines down and I intuitively let things flow. So I think if you want to try it, I would just grab a pen or whatever medium you want to use and see what comes out. I think it can be a tough experience where like a lot of thoughts are going to come up while you're working on it because it is kind of like mindless and abstract. Like it isn't always mindless for me. Like sometimes I'm thinking about like things I've done before, but I think the experience can be sort of relaxing and therapeutic. All right. I'm just adding a couple more pieces. All right. Let's paint it. I'm scared. I'm nervous, but let's do it. I think it's going to be good. All right. So I'm gonna move some things because I'm worried about getting paint everywhere. So let's start. I'm gonna start with the pink. And it's likely that I might have to go back in and redraw some of the lines, but I'm okay with that. Let me get a brush. Paint every surface. I don't know why, but my brain went to you with a massive paintbrush, and you're just like we talked about yesterday. You're just painting the walls, paint everywhere, no questions. See some sort of psychotic frog? Ooh, that's kind of interesting. Threateningly paints all over your walls. All right, here we go. Here we go. Oh wow. Oh, that's smooth. Oh, that's gonna be nice. I can already tell. Like I said, I'm gonna have to draw over some of the lines again, but that's okay. Oh, it's so like crisp, and I feel like the paint goes even further because the paper is waterproof, so you can just kind of like smudge it around. I'm like so focused on this, it's like I'm like tongue sticking out, really focusing on like how do I spread the paint out. Oh my god, this is really satisfying. I might do a couple layers as well, like as it dries. Chat, you make me brave. I wasn't gonna do this, but you convinced me.
Lemon!
Lemon. Peter, thanks for the follow. He's so pink. I feel like my hand is getting a lot more comfortable with the brush as well. I've only been doing the painting of these like a little bit, but I think the practice has really helped. It's much easier to be like crisp with a pen, but much harder with a brush. Psychedelic smile. Like a lot. Ooh, Han, that's cool. I like that. I think I just grabbed too much paint. That's okay. We'll make it work. You know, I think I kind of see the smile now that you mention it. Painting gets me so focused, like so in the zone. I'm so sorry that I'm so quiet. Uh, it's pretty relaxing. I'm glad you're enjoying it too. I feel like watching people paint is it's always very relaxing, but it's also so inspiring. Like I whenever I see someone paint, it always makes me want to go and pick up a paintbrush or really make anything. I don't know. It's like contagious almost. We all have the sickness, the painting sickness. I guess it's better than like having COVID. I think what would be really fun for me is to practice getting so precise with my painting that my lines are just as clean and sharp as they are with a pen. I think that's like my ultimate goal. 11. To be fair, it's better than getting COVID. So if I had to pick one, it would be the painting sickness. Actually, real quick, I'm going to put this under the page because I don't want the pink to get on there. You have your sketchbook open? Angel, I'm so excited to hear that. You are always more than welcome to come paint or draw or whatever with us. Hi, Chrome. I'm doing well. How are you? Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. Take down. Back home from a little lunch date with my partner at a crepe restaurant. Ooh, tasty. Thin pancakes. Love them. I really like the savory ones. Cheese and meat in them. Tasty. Oops. Forgot that wasn't dry. Oops. All right. Do, 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 do. It's so full now. Oh my god, I bet. Especially having both. So tasty. Nexie is making us rice and steamed eggies for lunch. I'm so excited. What are we painting today? So this is one of my abstract pieces. Sorry, I'm testing the wetness here. I'm gonna add more layers of pink. Um, but yeah, I've been doing a lot of abstract work on stream. Um, the abstract stuff got me out of a really big art block, and now I've fallen in love with it, and I can't stop doing it. So here we are. So really, there was no intention with what this was going to be when I went into it. We're just experimenting with paint on this paper. I haven't painted in this sketchbook yet. Um, and I think we're going with like a cotton candy theme. So we're going to have this pink and we're going to have some blue. I think it's going to be good. But yeah, it's been tons of abstract work. I'm going to be getting back to portraiture. I mean, I'm going to do it in combination with the abstract stuff on stream. But I think I also want to do some portraiture traditionally. So I'm just sort of playing around more with that in my sketchbook and enjoying it as I go. But I'll probably incorporate more of portraits here soon. And of course, I'll still do digital work. I'm just my motto with stream at the moment is just doing what I want. Because for a long time I didn't. A long time I was kind of like forcing myself to keep on doing things, um, even when I wasn't like 100% invested in it. So it's, the abstract stuff especially has kind of been rekindling that joy for, you know, more play. Yeah. Yeah, I made it through, definitely. It was a journey, but I actually think this art block was one of the best things to ever happen to my creativity, ironically. So, yeah, it's been good. It was tough to navigate, but now that I'm through it, it's kind of like I learned a ton about my work and about navigating art block, like more than I think I've ever understood it. So, I'm using that experience to make a resource for other artists as well. Hi, Fox. I am back. I'm really back. I'm really, really back. All right. This dry? Well, it's like pretty dry. I'm gonna do another layer. I think with this paper, doing multiple layers of paint is gonna work better. Since it is waterproof, I think it's really easy to kind of just like push the paint off of those areas that first layer is on, and it isn't as like opaque as I want it to be. So I think putting a layer down, letting it dry, and then adding some more, I think is going to be the way to go. Probably first time in a year watching you. Yeah, I've really been doing a lot of like self development, figuring out like what I want to do with my creativity, what I want to do with streams. Um, been doing all of this work behind the scenes, but haven't been streaming it because I really needed that moment to get in touch with like where I was at, and what I needed. So it's good to be back though. I'm really happy to be back. It feels like this was the time that I needed, and this was what, I needed to discover before I could come back with confidence. So, and I've tried to come back a couple times, but like I said, the art block was really insidious and didn't even realize that it was there or how it was bleeding into my just overall creative experience. Streaming is also part of that creative experience. So, it was a journey for sure. But I feel really good about it. I've been streaming every day since the weekend, and I didn't even do this when I was streaming before. Like I was like once a week or once or twice a week, I think. Um, so it's a really interesting experience to kind of like wake up and be like, I really want to stream like really badly. There were definitely moments in the past where showing up to stream was hard, but it was only because of like these rules that I had made for myself and like these um the expectation that I had to create in a specific way, and that was really limiting for me and really hard to show up for. So it was like never anything that had to do with like stream itself. It was all within me. Hi 11, how are you doing? Gonna lurk while I digest. No worries. Sloppy, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Chat, how are we feeling about the pink? I'm kind of loving it. I think it's really gonna start to come together once we get some of the blue on there. Doing great, 11. Thanks for coming in. I heard a sketchy sound out in the kitchen. I don't know what's happening out there. Doesn't look like a chicken yet. All right. Hell yeah. Fun fact, back in the day when I was like 12, my username on AOL was Pink Chicken, which in hindsight was quite, I mean, like a chicken without its feathers is pink. I mean, and raw chicken is pink. So it was quite quite an astute observation. But at the time I was just like, I like the color pink and I like chickens. And that was my reasoning. Pink chicken. Hi Mythlista, how you doing, baby? The cats have been so angry about being locked out of the office. And I feel so bad because I know they want to spend time with me, but when I'm in here working, it's usually for hours at a time. And so I'm like trying to find I don't really know what to do. Like the main problem, and I think that I need to this will be easy to address, but I need some sort of like storage containers for my art supplies because right now it's like all just set up on a desk behind me. Um but the other thing is they like to walk on the desk. They like to get all up in my face, and I don't know how to like protect the art from them while I work. Other than like, I don't know, maybe having it up on an easel or something, but they I really want to allow them back in here because they've been so angry with me being like kind of shut away. Or I think to them they're assuming I'm shutting them away. All right. Gonna let the pink dry. Although maybe I kind of feel like I want to put some here. Oh, well, too late. We're just gonna do what the hand says to do. So we're gonna put some pink here as well. Oh my god, train. Chill. What am I drawing? So this is an abstract piece. I never have any intention about what it is, but I'm always open to the interpretation of what you see. I love the idea that maybe you see a flower. I think a few people have seen like a smiling face. Someone mentioned a psychotic frog earlier. This is acrylic gouache. I'll show you what I'm using. It's the Liquitex. I put down one layer. So this paper that I'm using is waterproof. So I did one layer and then I did another because it kind of like it just kind of got pushed around so it wasn't like even. But I feel like this is a little bit more even now. Also, welcome in Phantom. Good to have you. Oh, my back. I just stretched and it cracked like a 60-year-old woman. Am I old? Okay. I'm a shrimping artist. Hold on, I gotta check something real quick. I'm gonna check uh some stuff while this paint dries. And then I'm gonna go in with the blue and we are gonna do cotton candy all day long. I don't think you're ready for a takedown. Ooh, woo, 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 and a woo, woo. Interesting. I'm gonna gear up and take you down. Well, take down. Ooh, ooh. Someone once said, "You're only as old as you believe yourself to be." I'm hundreds of years old then. My God. My body. Uh, almost want to add a few more of the tiny black spaces. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna do that. So I know I have the pink and the blue here, but I started with the pen here, and I think I'm also gonna go in. I have black gouache as well. Hang on. I knew that I wanted to add more, but I only did that with the pen, and then I'm gonna wait and do these last, just in case there's any like smearing or anything. Yeah. Down. I think it's probably pretty dry. My thing is, I also know food is probably gonna be ready soon. Um, hold on, I'm gonna take a really quick break. You guys go ahead and grab a drink, stretch, all that stuff. I'll be back in just a moment. I'm gonna check on the status of the food. Okay, I got some time. Oh, you just kicked. Hey, you just kicked this. Okay. All right. Let's do blue. Where'd the blue go? Here it is. All right. Uh, shoot. Hang on a second. Okay. How we doing? How y'all? Uh, how are your projects coming along? What are y'all working on? I've got a little bit more time before food's ready, so I'm gonna definitely add the blue. Here we go. Dust jacket I've been working on got approved today. Oh, nice. That's always good news. When work projects get the thumbs up. It's always a little nerve-wracking like waiting on that feedback too where it's like I hope they like it. I think today Nexty and I are going to go to the museum. There's a new one in the area that well, not a new one, but like one that we haven't been to yet. And I think I'm going to bring my sketchbook and do some more drawing. Wednesdays are usually kind of like days off for me because the beginning of the week is a lot of teaching and a lot of work related stuff. So I think it's going to be really nice to just go and um, have a little break, but also still be able to make some art. Oops. Art museum sounds magical. I think so too. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. Nexie mentioned this particular museum a little while ago. Um, I guess he found it while he was in London. Like he was just searching places back home. Well, I mean here in the U.S. So we're gonna try it out. I haven't been there. I hope we can find it again. I we were like struggling to remember the name of it this morning, but we'll probably find it. If not, we have a few museums that are really close by that we can just walk to. Oh, that blue is nice. I like that blue. You guys can't see it, but I am bouncing in my chair. I really like that blue. Older I get, the more I just want to go somewhere and look at cool stuff. I feel that. I feel that. It's like a LS. I get this vision in my mind of like being an old woman and just going to these museums and like, you know, dropping my glasses to the tip of my nose just so I can read the plaque. It's like, ah, yes, my old age. Goals. Last winter in New York, went to the Bronx Zoo and the USS Intrepid. That was peak. Yeah. I don't know if I've been to either one. You know, one thing I've got to say that I like about this paper versus painting on a canvas is that I think the smoothness of the paper really does help the precision of the brush for me because I feel like on the canvas with all that texture, it's a bit harder for me to have the same level of precision because the brush kind of does its own thing. Um, and I know we talked about like some recommendations for that, but just something I really like about this paper. I can anticipate where the brush stroke is going to end up a little bit better. I'm curious to see what watercolor looks like on this paper. Maybe we'll try something like that next. Abstract watercolor would look so pretty. I think so too, and I feel like watercolor with its sort of like lack of control and randomness would even feed into my goals with the abstract work. So I kind of want to play with that as well. And I have those metallic watercolors. And as you saw, I like used them a little bit. If you guys were here earlier, I used them on a different piece and they were really pretty. But I think doing a whole piece with with them would be really fun. I haven't done a proper piece with the watercolor. Weirdly making me want to draw the faceless head I see. Do it. Do it. All right, I'm going to let's see. I'm going to give I'm going to give this a minute to dry and I'm going to do the same thing I did with the pink, just do another pass. Hi Aura. Drawing and painting these squiggly lines seems so therapeutic. Ever thought of making a coloring book? Yes, 100% I have. Um, so it's something that I'm looking into currently. I actually reached out. So these sketchbooks that I have, I actually reached out to the company that makes them, and I was like, "Hey, I want to make a coloring book. Do you do this?" And they were like, "Hey, no." So I'll probably need to do more research, but I feel like I'm really particular about the type of paper that I want to use, as well as like the quality of like the outside of the coloring book. So I've definitely considered it. And I'm reaching out to companies because I definitely have enough work to make a coloring book. Like the abstract stuff, I have sketchbooks and sketchbooks full. I would just need to refine and make them, um, you know, ready for print. But I definitely have. Sorry I missed your message, Aura. I was in the thick of painting. But that's what I love about the abstract. And that was one of the first things that I thought of when I was doing this was like, it would make for a really fantastic coloring book because it's abstract, because it's not like you don't have to make it look like anything in particular. You can just do it. Hello. What are you doing over there? Oh, okay. Okay, that's fine. You let me know. Next, being a goof. I don't remember which blue I started on. Was it down here? Oh, it's still quite wet. I gotta give it a little longer. What to do while I wait? I don't even, I'm so impatient. Paint, God, paint just makes me wait. Chat, what should I do while I wait? I guess I could work on something else. I could go back to the other abstract stuff. I don't think it's going to take that long, though. Maybe I should just wait. Love a coloring book for painting. Coloring books always seem so tedious with coloring pencils, but practice painting could that I could probably handle. Yeah, and I love the abstract idea for it because it would be more about like turning off your brain and just enjoying the process. Whereas like I think sometimes when, you know, I remember I bought a coloring book back in the day that was like this really beautiful line art and these characters, and I was like, I can't paint these without being like I'm very particular about how I want them to look. But if it's abstract, I feel like it's so much easier to just be like, I like these colors and I'm going to put them down. Or I like this shape and I'm going to make it look like this. Um, so, yeah, I think that's why the abstract stuff would work so well as a coloring book. And I absolutely, definitely want to make a coloring book out of these. I also feel like coloring, like adult coloring books, are so underrated. Like, there's a lot of folks out there that I know wish they could draw because they want that creative experience, but there's there's like this pressure to make their drawing look good and then paint it. And it's like, what if you just got to paint something? What if you could just enjoy it and not have to spend like all this time, preparing a drawing or developing your skills and not that like that's a bad thing. Like if you want to do that, cool. But I think a lot of people just want to color and like turn their brain off and chill out. Is there still a giveaway for the figure today or did that already happen? No, there still is one. It is a subscriber only giveaway, but if you would like to join, you can type exclamation point demon in chat. Just as a reminder for everybody, this is the figure. It's not a fully colored figure that I'm giving away. It is the unpainted version. So if you would like to color it, obviously she's in pieces here, but if you would like to paint her yourself, then that's what this version is. So I only have her torso here, but obviously she comes with the horns, the wings, the legs, all the other stuff. But yeah, exclamation point demon in chat will get you a chance to win, and it's gonna run for a couple weeks, until the end of the pre-order, which is gonna end in a little under a month. Friend bought a coloring book recently. Instead, it's like watercolor splotches, and you create the lines from what you see. I love that. It's kind of like flipping, like doing the opposite, where instead of coloring in, you draw the image. And I think that's so fun. It is very much like the abstract stuff that I'm doing. What's the difference between acrylic gouache and acrylic paint? So I don't know if I necessarily have a very educated answer here, but from my experience, it seems like the acrylic is a bit thicker, where the gouache is a bit more watery. Not like watery as in like it's drippy, but like it has more of a liquid consistency, and tends to um it tends to be a bit more matte, in my experience, but that might just be the tools that I've been using. Okay, I think we're getting a little more dry here. Wow! Wait, who subbed? Hang
Let's go.
on.
Ooh.
Oh, Miss Lista, thank you. Yeah, the pool of entries is pretty small right now, so now would be a really good time to hop in. Mythlista, thank you for the sub. I really appreciate you too, and lots of luck in the giveaway. Make sure you type exclamation point demon just to make sure your name gets dropped in there. Don't tempt me. Do it, Ambi. Do Dude, these colors are just sending me. I love them. No, I think that worked. I can double check too to make sure, but I'm pretty sure that's all you need to do.
Lemon.
Asmar, thank you for the follow. Hang on, let me finish painting this one bit and then I'll check and make sure you're entered. Okay, let me have a look. Oh, why is it not working? Hold on, you guys. I need to figure this out. It didn't enter. Uh-oh. Yeah, I might need to let me see. Hi, Zaira. How you doing? Announcement. What am I missing? Hang on, you guys. Participants in the keyword chat. I don't know why it's not working actually. You know what? The bot might need to be modded. Oh, I see. Yep, hang on a second. You can come over. Okay, guys, try again. Everybody who subscribed and entered, type exclamation point demon again. I want to make sure that I get all of you in. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I'll just have to remind people. And if you guys can think of it, Alice, if you can think of it when people subscribe, just make sure to remind them that we had to re-enter. We didn't have a ton of entries, but yeah. Cool. Yeah, so the entries, Chrome, it's a sub only giveaway. But if you'd like to enter, once you sub, you can type exclamation point demon and you'll get a ticket. Ooh, there's a hype train incoming. Wee woo wee woo. Okay, what's up? Sorry, Nexi's been standing here waiting to speak to me. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes. Thank you. Okay. Anyway, yeah. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't realize that Moobot wasn't uh in the chat. Meow, wow, 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 wow. Asmar, thank you for the sub. I really appreciate you. Enjoy your emotes. Make sure you join our Discord. You get some goodies in there as well. Thank you, LS. Appreciate it. Aw, Ambi. God, this color is so magical. And this paint is so magical. And this paper is so magical. I just want want to do this all day, every day for the rest of my life. I need more blue. Just a reminder too, the figurine, I know I mentioned it a couple times, the figurine is unpainted, so you will have to paint it yourself. Um, but I figure a lot of people here are creatives anyway, probably enjoy that regardless. But she does come with an art print as well, which is pretty cool. What's the text on the palette? Text box covers. Oh, so it says, yes, this is used, but it's important to move on. It was a gift many years ago. This palette is like over 10 years old. It was a gift from my art teacher on my it was I think I was 19, my 19th birthday. And he came to dinner with me and my friends. My art teacher was really inspirational. My high school art teacher, and he came to dinner with me and my friends on my birthday, and he brought me like this little, I think it was like a watercolor set, which was so funny because he knew I hated watercolor at the time. I think he was pushing me. I think he was like, you need to play with these, you need to experience these. um but he brought this with a watercolor set, and it was a birthday gift, and I've kept it all these years. And he wrote it in permanent ink, so no matter how much I wash this, it never comes off. And this here is like a little, that's his little signature portrait, that he does anytime he signs something. He just draws a little like a caricature of his face. Yeah. So I haven't seen him in a long time. He retired a few years ago, actually. Yeah, he was one of those art teachers, and maybe this is what has really inspired my journey, but he was one of those art teachers that reminded me the importance of art beyond just making a pretty picture. Um, I feel like his art class really introduced me to this concept that art art makes us better people, and that there's a lot of exploration in who we are as artists. And I feel like anytime I learned a lesson in his class, it was always like punctuated with like some silly joke, or some memorable moment. And uh, at the end of when I graduated, my friends and I, well, there was a certain point in the class where he taught us how to hand make like books, and we made a book for him that had all of our memories from the class. It had all of our art in it, like little prints of our art in it, and just telling him how much we really appreciated him. And when I graduated, he actually he gave to three students, gave like a small art grant to get us started with whatever it is we wanted to do after we graduated. And I was one of those students. And the funny thing was, the art grant was, it was like $500, and it was out of pocket for him. It was really amazing that he did that. But he gave the students $500 each, and that $500 was what I had put towards my very first like my own PC, like the a PC to spend time on social media and like sharing my art and stuff like that. And so he was kind of the catalyst for starting all of this, and I had that PC for a very long time. He was a really awesome guy, and there wasn't really a lot of um resources for the artists in my high school. Like, we had a lot of art classes, but like, support for schooling and things like that, there wasn't a lot. And I didn't end up going to art school. So having that as like a start to my journey was really fantastic. I think it really changed the trajectory of where I was headed. He was a great teacher. Still is a great teacher. Obviously retired, but I feel like you never stop teaching. Um, and I think he was also a big reason why I chose to teach the way that I do as well. Um, it's so funny to like come full circle because I used to think I was going to go to school to be like a high school teacher, and I didn't end up going to college, but yet I still ended up becoming a teacher in some way. So, all my teaching is private teaching, but it was kind of, I don't know, it was just a goal for me, and I still ended up there. That's fine. All right, hold on. I got food. I probably I have tasties. Um I'll probably sit and chat for a little bit while I eat. Um yeah. Oh god. No, it's not you. It's me. I have food. You guys want to see my food? It's really aesthetic. Hang on, hang on. I don't want to get it on any of the art, so I'm just going to move this over here real quick. Did I say art on the food? I meant to say any food on the art. What did I even say? I don't even know. Anyways, here's my lunch. This is what I was talking about with the steamed eggs. Like they're like jello-y. Um really tasty. Really tasty. Look at them. Look at look at the dance. What an interesting looking abstract painting. So good. Sorry, you guys are probably gonna hear me eating. These eggs have been my obsession. I have them every day. Yeah, LS, we found the recipe on TikTok. Um, it was a Chinese recipe that we found. Yeah. Ooh, pasta. Now eating with sounds. Not only is it a visual experience, it's also an auditory one. All right. Well, I want to give chat one more reminder about the figurine giveaway. My God. Right after I toss my spoon. So, if you guys want to enter in, this is a subscriber only giveaway. So, this lady, we are giving away an unpainted version of her. Again, she's in pieces here, but you guys can paint her any way that you like, any version that you like. It is a subscriber only giveaway, so you do have to sub. But if you sub, you can type !demon and join in the giveaway, and you can snag her. And if you want the fully painted version, you can type !figure in chat, and you can find the details for her specifically. We're running a limited edition pre-order. Uh, will definitely sell out, but I want to give you guys the opportunity to hop in on that. It's going to be running for the next few weeks, about a month or so. But yeah, I want to remind you guys of that. Um, I want to go raid somebody, but before I do, I just want to remind you guys that you can jump in our Discord. I've been streaming every single day around like 9 a.m. Eastern, but if you want to be notified or in case anything changes and I'm just not live, I'll let you guys know there. There's also some extra goodies for subscribers in there. Princess, if you want to buy one, check out that link that LS just dropped. She is available fully painted already, so you don't even have to do it yourself. Imagine that. But yeah, check out that link. If you guys have any questions on that, feel free to let me know. But also check out all my stuff on my socials. We've got some motivational, educational posts over on Twitter. You guys can check out my portrait boot camp if you're interested in learning portraits. I know we haven't done much portraiture here on stream since I've been back, but it is my bread and butter. Characters are my thing. So I'm happy to have you guys on board for that. The links for all this stuff you can find on my website. You can just go to silasay.com or you can check out the links here in chat. I think that's it. It's likely I'll be on tomorrow as well. I might not be able to stream as long because I have some stuff going on, but I'll probably be on in the morning. So, all right, who do we raid? I'm gonna send you guys off to someone. And that someone is gonna be we can raid Luca. Okay, hang on. Oops. One sec. Where is my stream? Okay. All right. I'm going to send you guys off to Miniatures Den. Make sure you show lots of love. They're also doing some painting, but they are a 3D miniature painter. So, right on the level of what we've been talking about today with Dayanora. But yeah, show lots of love, and I will catch you guys tomorrow. You have a wonderful rest of your day. See you guys.